I'm here to do a part 2 of my lecture from Sunday entitled Understanding Death and the Path to Redemption. The people perish because of a lack of knowledge, understanding, education. You can interchange any of those words in there. The key thing of that statement is the people perish. That's the key. You know, that's the motivation behind this lecture. And there was a lecture that God placed on my heart about a month or so ago that was entitled The Things We've Learned to Live With. That might not be the exact title, but it's something like that. And we've learned to live with death. And I don't know about you, but I'm almost certain that God stated that his children will have everlasting life. If you believe in him, you will receive everlasting life. This is a part 2 of that lecture. And even though understanding death is a vital part of the lecture, the most important part of this lecture is not understanding death, because if you checked out my lecture Sunday, you hopefully have an understanding or the understanding that death doesn't exist for you and I. It doesn't exist. It's not real. So if death is not real, what is the most important part of this lecture? The path to redemption. How can I save me and my family from what's coming? From what's coming? See, back in the days when Moses was doing his thing, at least the people had Moses to listen to. And they actually, even though they didn't like it, they listened to Moses. They followed Moses out to the wilderness. Complain like niggas do. But they followed him out in the wilderness. They didn't really have a choice because Pharaoh put them out. You'd be surprised how many niggas would have stayed in Egypt if Pharaoh had to put them all out. Because they love the master. They love how he allows them to perpetrate a fraud and be something other than themselves. How he enforces it. His merchants feed you on your lies and deception. You can go out and buy you some false booties. You can take a pill and make your penis grow. We are in bad shape, beloved. And God has sent the death angel into the world to separate the wheat from the tare. Decisions have consequences, beloved. As a grown man and woman, you make decisions every day. You cannot say now, you cannot say you didn't know that the death angel is present. You can say you don't believe me, but you will not be able to say you didn't know. And the solution, we said last week. We said in ancient Egypt, in order for the children of Israel to escape the death angel, they had to put the blood of the lamb over their doorposts. Excuse me. We broke that down Sunday. What the blood of the lamb really is. Blood represents life. The life of the Lamb of God. But we got niggas and niggerettes who cause hell everywhere they go. Always keeping up sugar, honey, iced tea. It ain't fun unless it's a lot of drama going on. See, if ain't no drama, then you don't even consider yourself living. Matter of fact, you bored. We got a bunch of bored Negroes. We bored as hell. Because we ain't got no life. Our life consists of keeping up mess in other people's lives. Going on Facebook, causing havoc and hell in other people's lives. Making comments to piss people off. Trolling people. That's your entertainment. Well, damn it, you're going to pay for that today. You're going to pay for every damn thing you keep doing. Even though God has sent you warner after damn warner, you still don't want to change. You take for granted the words of God that comes from out of the mouths of men, and he has sent it to this world in order to warn you and guide you back to him. I know it's not your fault because Satan, he put dummy bags out here. All these damn preachers turning into businessmen, making them, the man of God is nothing but a damn businessman, a shyster. Shystering people out of their money in the name of God, calling it tithes. So you got caught up. I understand. You got caught up by these false flaggers. But Jesus warned you. Many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ. But are the sent? No, I want to make sure I say it right. Because I need two scriptures in this book. Let me just read it. Take heed that no man deceive you, for many. Now this is in the Holy Bible, King James Version, the book of Matthew, chapter 24, starting at verse 4. And Jesus, no, let me start at 3, so you can understand how this led into this. Verse 3, it says, and he said, this is Jesus, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? God runs this. He can send a message. You've heard this many times. Our ancestors have told us, be careful how you entertain strangers. Unaware, because you might be entertaining angels unaware. So be careful how you treat a person you don't know. Because God can send somebody with a message from you through anybody. A wino, a drug addict, a little bitty baby. But if we are arrogant because I have a master's degree from the master, then the wino can't tell me nothing. So you, with your master's degree, you now have to suffer and drink of the cup that you have poured for yourself and suffer the consequences thereof. Oh, brothers and sisters, I know this is just my opinion, but death is on its way. You haven't seen death until you see what's coming. Corona wasn't nothing. The Black Plague was nothing compared to what is coming. How long we got, brother? I don't know. The scriptures say no man knows the day or the hour. I have no idea, but I have discovered this that might help. Our leader teaching guy, Mr. Jahi, when he shares a warning with us, it's usually 5 years in advance. He just recently started sharing with us about this great catastrophe that's in the earth. At first he was saying it's on its way. Now he's saying it's here. So how long do you have? I wouldn't bank on 5 years if I was you. You better, you know how they always say before you, they say you diagnosed with cancer or something like that, they say, well, we're gonna let you go home and get your business in order. Go home and get your stuff in order. You better rush your butt to Toma and try your best to get some understanding so you can have your raggedy behind in order when this thing comes. The blood of the Lamb ain't physical, brothers and sisters. It's not physical. It's a lifestyle. You have to think right. You have to live right. You have to want to be right. And you can't fake this. There's no faking that. Perpetrating a fraud. I'm a musician, and I understand a lot of times when you don't know what's really going on in music in the band, they say, just vamp. Ain't no damn vamping now. Ain't no fake it till you make it now. Get your house in order. Get your house in order. God is angry with us, brothers and sisters. He's highly perturbed for you master degree niggas. Pissed for all my brothers and sisters on Saturday night streets. The last time he was this pissed was in ancient Egypt when the death angel came. And if you notice, after the death angel was done with what he did, the children of Israel were free. Did a lot of the children of Israel's firstborn die? A lot of them died. You know why? Because they was damn hard-headed and didn't want to listen to Moses. See, they got away with it by just putting physical blood. They didn't have to be right themselves. All they had to do was put physical lamb blood over the doorpost of their house, and they would have lived. Well, I should say, their firstborn would have lived. I know some folks have already lost their firstborn. Close to me, a whole lot of them lost their, but they're not making the connection. Your only damn child. It don't matter how old they are. And you want to blame God when it's you and your damn rebellious self. Minister Raheem has come up, has taught so many lectures, giving us clues and indications on how we can correct our crazy selves. And we just go on with this madness. Just keep going on, just keep doing the same old crap, thinking you're going to get a different result. And we all know what that is, insanity. We are out of our damn mind. But there's going to be a reckoning now. The death angel is going to separate the wheat from the tare. You can't perpetrate a fraud now. You can't get away from the death angel. If you ain't living a righteous life, if your heart has been waxed cold, guess what? The death angel's coming for your firstborn. And if you ain't got a firstborn, you might be the firstborn. So don't think you're going to escape because I ain't got no kid. Oh, he ain't talking about me. Nigga, it might be you. What kind of minister are you preaching death? I say this. If I don't warn you that it's here and that it's coming, then when it hits, won't you be the one saying, why didn't any of y'all tell us? Ain't you the same nigga that would do that? And then when somebody does tell you, then you want to say, what kind of minister are you? Hypocrite. You ain't gonna put me in no damn vice between your madness. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. No, ain't damn if you don't listen. That's where we are today. If you ain't listening to what we teaching here in Toma, and the only other organization that I know of that is teaching life-giving knowledge is the Nation of Islam. Sorry, Lord. I'm sorry. Sorry, United. You're doing some good things, but you ain't changing no damn body. The Nation of Islam has a history of changing alcoholics and drug addicts into clean human beings. This is what God wants. What the hell are you doing? Holding a damn breakfast. Eggs gonna change somebody? So don't get mad at me because I call it like I see it. All these damn churches and preachers and organizations out here. Ain't nobody changing or even trying to change the condition of humanity. What we teach here will change you back to God. There's a brother by the name of Lou Palmer says it's enough to make a Negro turn black. That's what the hell I'm talking about. We want to turn Negroes back black. So let me get to it. The blood of the Lamb today, brothers and sisters, represents your level of moral character. King says we should not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. If you have the character of a dog, then guess what? You lose in the death angel situation. You lose. You can be righteous. Just apply the ingredients. What are those ingredients? I'm glad you asked. Honesty. Now, honesty ain't from your perspective. I'm going to just say that right now. Being honest is not your point of view. It's from God's point of view. What does God say honesty is? And then you either go by it or the death angel going to go by you. See, you teaching that fear. That's that fear teaching. well, if it's fear teaching, then when it comes true, is it still fear or was it a warning? See, it's fear when it don't happen. You know how people will tell you, oh, if you vote for me, I'm going to reduce taxes. If you vote for me, I'm going to improve the transportation system. I'm going to improve the educational system. If you vote for me, and then your dumb butt vote for them, and they do just the opposite. Was that fear making you afraid to not vote for them because you want what they were saying? You don't say that when these crackers come up here saying that crap to you, and they newly acquired and assimilated Oreo cookie niggas. You know, that's these niggas that look like a nigga. Oh no, I guess you say they look like black people. But on the inside, like Oreo cookie, ain't nothing but white cream. Now, I'm upset, yeah, but don't miss the message. Don't be sharing this video talking about Minister Omari snapping. Think, damn it, think. Why am I doing this? Why am I saying all these things? It's so you can save yourself and your family. But we done got used to entertainment. We done got used to niggas entertaining us. Preachers are nothing but entertainment on Sunday. Hooping and hollering and skipping around and doing a good foot and all that old crap. Entertainment. Where's the teaching? Where's the life-giving teaching? I'm not talking about that crap Jesus died for your sin. That ain't no damn teaching. That's a lie. He did not die for your sin. He lived for your sin. He set the example while he was alive how you can be sinless in the flesh. But since you like death, you all into death. Do you know in the Westerns, the symbol for death is a cross? When somebody died, they put a cross over their grave. That's the symbol for death. And you wear it around your neck like it's some holy symbol. No wonder the death angel coming for you. You better throw them damn crosses away. Get that damn cross off your wall. You asking for it. Honesty. Tell the truth. I was the most dishonest person I know. I always, well, I can't say always, but I lied a lot. And that was one of the first things a lot of this stuff I didn't know. But I took an assessment of myself. And you need to take one of yourself too. I took an assessment of myself and I wrote on a piece of paper all of my bad qualities and my bad characteristics. And right at the top of the list was lying or dishonesty, because that's basically what that is. Lying in any way, deceitfulness. Here's the definition. Listen to this. Honesty is one of the most important moral values. It means being truthful and fair in all your dealings with other people. All. I told you the story about the brother, well, he was a Hispanic guy. He was a brother. Dropped his wallet at the gas station. I found it. My son was like, let's split it, Dad. He had $90 in his wallet. That's dishonest. It's something as simple as that. And it's easy to be dishonest in that kind of situation, especially if you broke. And most niggas is broke, looking for a come up. Now, I was broke. I had $20 in my pocket that I was going to put in the gas tank. And I came across a wallet with $90 in it. That's a come up, right? Yeah, if you're a dishonest nigga, this is where the fight starts. What's the war between good and evil? It starts here. You don't think the thought came across my mind? I should use this $90. You don't think it came across my mind? But you know what I did? I took the example from Jesus. I said, get thee behind me, Satan. Because that thought was a satanic thought. And I looked in that wallet and I saw the license or the ID for the guy that owned the wallet and had his address on there. And I put my gas in my car and I drove straight to his house to give him his wallet back. Oh, you doing too much. No, I'm saving my soul. See, some of you don't give a damn about your soul. I stayed honest. I fought hard to get honest after being a liar. And I wasn't going to let being broke break me from all the work that I put in to be honest. But I believe that what God says, you've never seen his chosen begging bread or starving. I may not have said it exactly right, but you know what I'm saying. I believe it. And to this day, I've never been in a position where I was hungry or I could do it. Honesty also includes being willing to admit when you have made a mistake. Check yourself. Check up from the neck up. Check yourself. You ain't willing to admit when you made a mistake? To this day, I still make mistakes. We all do. It's called being human, but that does not mean you can use that as an excuse to get away with it and not repent. Failure to own up to a mistake may end up costing someone else big time, especially if they are a subordinate at work. You at work, you was now supervisor over some folks. One of the workers come to you and say, hey, man, I got an emergency, man. I think somebody broke into my house. I need to just run home real quick to see what's going on. I'm gonna do it at my lunch time, but it might take a little longer than my hour lunch. Is it okay? And you tell the person, yes, go right ahead, man. And then after an hour, you go to your boss and say, so-and-so ain't back from lunch yet. What do you want me to do? And he tells you, write them up. And you go back and write the dude up. You don't confess to the boss, your boss, that I told him it was okay, because you know why? If you'd have did that, your butt might have got written up. Right? So you don't fess up to your role in the thing. So now you're dishonest to your boss. And now you look like a hypocrite to your employer. And you causing your employer now to have a write-up in their file, which might be the thing that got them fired. So you got to be honest in all of your dealings with people in every situation. I don't care if the person's a white person. You can't be dishonest to a white person and then say, well, that's reparations. You are ignorant then. No, that's you selling your damn soul to the devil. Respect. Number 2, respect. Not your definition of respect. All these niggas and niggerettes out here got their own definition. You didn't tell me you wasn't coming straight home. That's disrespectful. Nigga, you made that up. That has nothing to do with being disrespectful, telling you whether I'm gonna come straight home or not. Now, it would be disrespectful if the reason I didn't come home was because I was with my coworker in the motel. That's disrespectful. Respect means treating other people with courtesy and consideration. It also includes respecting their property. Now, courtesy and consideration. Being courteous, if you weren't going to come home, straight home, it would be courteous of you to give your wife or your mother or your significant other, and then when I say significant other, I ain't talking about your man and you a man. I just want to make sure y'all understand me. When I say significant other, I'm talking about your man and your significant other woman. Your woman, your significant other man. Not side pieces. Be considerate. But it's not being disrespectful. It's being considerate of the other person's feelings by sharing with them that you're not going to be coming straight home. And see, and this is a security mechanism too, whether you know it or not. It's a security mechanism because if you are on a certain schedule and you are not on that schedule and you have not been considerate to the person to share with them that you are deviating from that normal schedule because of this, that, and thus and so, then when you don't appear on that schedule, that lets that person know something's not right. You see? So it's security. Being respectful can save your life. It also includes respecting their property, their privacy, and their views and beliefs. You can't just go in somebody's house and find stuff. Right, I'm shopping in somebody else's house. And then your explanation of it is, oh yeah, I found this. I found these shoes. These gym shoes, these Jordans. Yeah, I found these. Yeah, nigga, in my bedroom, under the bed. What? I just can't fathom the thinking of a person like that. I can tell you what it is. It's mental illness. We sick in the head and we need a doctor. We need somebody to exercise that damn craziness up out of you. And let me just be clear, because I understand we got so many crazy Negroes and niggerettes out here. They'll take what I say and say, they into exorcism over there. Did you hear them? What they gonna do is like the exorcist, tie you to the bed and throw holy water on you. Shut the hell up. When I use the word, look up the word exercise, nigga. Trying to pour no damn salt on us because you don't understand. You ain't got no understanding. Think for a change. It's my favorite slogan. Think for a change. Or think for a change. Instead of reacting and being emotional, think for a change. One of the best ways to show respect for someone is to listen to them carefully. Now, this is one of the what do I call? One of the worst things that I'll call it this. It's one of the things that I hold against black people. Is that we as a people don't listen. When we're having a conversation with people, I've seen it, I see it all the time. They call it stepping on it. We just step all on each other. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying so you can know what I mean. The person's talking, they saying, yeah, I was watching the news and I saw that 2 people got, yeah, you know what, I saw that too. And so-and-so over there, and then another person got killed. just start talking. And then this is why you got a lot of loud people. I can't stand loud niggas. Because you're loud because you don't like listening. I'm going to say that again. You're loud because you hate listening to somebody else. You want people to listen to you. So that tells me something about you and your loud butt. It may also involve showing reverence to some segment of society, like our elders. Respect. Having respect for your elders. I'm going to tell you where that went. How did that stop happening? It started with, will I say my generation? No. When my generation grew up and was able to leave mama and daddy's house and get their own apartment or house and have children, there are those in my generation that hated what our parents, how our parents raised us. They hated it. They hated having to come home and do chores. They hated when the teacher called your mama up to school and your mama took the teacher's side and beat you down right there in front of the teacher. We hated that. You see what I'm saying? And so when we got old enough to have our own family and have our own children, when they call us to school, we go off on the damn teacher. We cuss the teacher out. And this is how this digress mentality and character began to grow. We hated that Miss Jackson down the street was snitching on us. Or Mr. Jenkins would tell our mama and daddy what we was doing out on the block when they was at work. And they was allowed to whoop us. And then tell on you, and then you get another one. We hated that. So when we grew up, the nigga next door better not say nothing about my kids. You old fool, mind your business. That's how we are now. And then wonder why the village ain't raising nothing but niggas and hoes. We destroying the village. The village was Mr. Jenkins. Miss Jenkins, Mr. Hanford. That was the village. Don't give me that crap on Kwanzaa. It takes a village. You a hypocrite village nigga. You don't want nobody on your block saying nothing to your kids. My neighbors know they can tell me anything about my son, and they have. Hey man, I seen your son in your garage, man. Did you know your son was out there? I was like, yeah, I know you're out there, man. Good looking out for it. Man, my next door neighbor, hey man, you got some packages on your porch, man. You gotta get your packages. Good looking out, bro. Hey, this big. Hey, I'm calling my neighbor. You left your garage open, bro. I'm gonna close it for you, man. It ain't gonna be all the way closed, but at least if thieves come through here, it won't be wide open. You know, I'll just pull it down for you. Man, good looking out, bro. That's a village. You have to practice what you preach. My neighbors know I got their back, and I know they got mine. I think what I would do, if I were you, I would fight like hell to get my act together in 2 years. And if I got 5, then I got 3 years to build up my track record with God, showing that I got it, God, I got it together. Instead of waiting to year 5 or year 4.5, and then because you see crap getting worse on the planet, you all of a sudden now you want to get started. Too late. Bam. So we got honesty, respect, responsibility. Number 3, you have to be responsible. This is a moral character of children of God. to be responsible. People have to depend on you. They have to be able to depend on you. Being responsible means being reliable and dependable. It also includes being accountable for your actions and taking responsibility for your mistakes. You have to be responsible black men and women. You can't act as if making a mistake is something that you're supposed to hide and shove and sweep it up under the rug and hope don't nobody see that big lump in your rug, all those mistakes you've been making. You an alcoholic? Fix it. Get some help. You on crack? Get some help. I don't want to hear you can't get off crack. I did. I got off crack. With God, mind you. These damn white people in these little facilities ain't gonna do nothing for you but give you cigarettes and coffee, which is another drug. It's called nicotine and caffeine. Trade you one drug for another and wonder why you can't get off. A responsible person will follow rules such as driving within the speed limit and not littering. Now, I still got that problem because I got a legs, but I like driving fast. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm getting better at it. I only drive fast now when I'm late. So in order to solve that problem, I stopped being late. I mean, y'all are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm solving your problems for you. You always damn late. Here's the solution. Monitor how long it takes you to get out of bed and wash up. That's for those who wash up. You know, some niggas, they just get up and put their clothes on and keep it moving. But even if that's the case, how long does it take you to get out the bed, get in your car, or get to the bus stop, and then monitor how long does it take for the bus to come on a daily basis? They help you out. They give you a damn schedule. Now, they ain't always on schedule, but I'm saying at least it helps. If you're in a vehicle, how long does it take you to get from Weston, 71st and Weston, to 71st and St. Lawrence? How long does it take you? I tell you how long it takes me. 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute drive. I've timed it too many times. If you're going further east, it might be 30 minutes to Jeffrey or something like that. Or Stony Island. Give or take traffic. So my point is, time is a tool for you. Time is there so you can monitor the distance between two things. Once you understand how long it takes you on a bus to get from 79th and Halsted downtown, I haven't done it in years, but it normally takes an hour. It might be longer than that now, back when I was riding the bus. But it normally takes you an hour during rush hour to get from the south side to downtown. Now, if you don't care, see, when you don't care about time and you don't put in the research to determine, well, how long is it going to take me to do this, and that, and another, and how long is it? Then you're always going to be behind time, which means you're going to be making a lot of bad choices. See, I was making bad choices of speeding and running red lights because I didn't allow myself the time needed in order to prepare to get up and go to do what I had decided to do on that day. But if you prepare and you understand the time span that it takes for you to do whatever it is that you're going to do, then you leave in enough time to be a little early. What's a little early? 10, 15 minutes is on time. On time is late. And late is unacceptable. Yes, sir. On time is not acceptable. You got to be a little early. Now, is that just my opinion? I know because some niggas be like, bro, that's just your opinion. Why? I don't give a damn about being late. See? And you the same Negro that don't give a damn about being accountable either. You the same Negro that can't nobody depend on your butt. Because you can't be on time. And you don't care about time. But guess what? The devil ain't on time. He's on time. You can set your watch to that nigga. So you keep on playing. Keep on acting like you got time. The next one, I'm just move on to the next one. So we got honesty, respect, and responsibility. The fourth one is caring. You have to care. See, you see how they kind of connect to each other? You gotta care to be responsible. A person that don't care about being responsible. I don't care about being accountable. I don't care about being dependent. But men and women of God must care. It's not an option. So some of you hypocrites that go to church thinking that you holier than thou because you pay your tithes and you don't miss a Sunday and you sit on the front row. But you don't care about that sister over there. I don't care. She don't look right. I don't care. I'm not speaking to her. Then guess what? You are not a child of God. You're a child of a God, but not the God that created the heavens and the earth. But the God that got the boot out of heaven, that God, yeah, you're a child of his. See, we don't like this kind of teaching. We don't like this because we're exposing ourselves for being demons and devils. You can't hide from yourself now. It's a big old mirror right in front of you showing you devil. Right there. Every time you look in the mirror, there he is. There she is. The devil. But caring means showing kindness and concern for others. And you think caring means, or that you think you're a caring person because when you go to the gas station, you give the little boys a quarter or 50 cents to pump your gas. You think that's caring. Or you see the old dude with a cup on the side of the road, excuse me, and you put $1 in his cup, and you think that's caring. I did my good deed for the day. I'm a righteous person. No, you're not. You're not a righteous person. You're a devilish person acting righteous. Trying to make people think you're righteous. Trying to convince yourself that you're righteous. Because you're the same nigga that'll go home and get on the phone and talk about the next nigga. So you can't have it both ways. It also includes being helpful and considerate. When you care about someone, you want what is best for them. The little boys that are pumping gas, is your quarter for pumping your gas or your 50 cents you give them going to make their life better? Let's keep it real. I know, you probably say, well, what can I do? I'm struggling myself. If I take my dollar and I put it together with your dollar, and we put our $2 together with your dollar, and your dollar, and your dollar, and your dollar, and your dollar, we got a whole bunch of dollars now, we can start to do some things. Or maybe we take $100 and start putting $100 together. You know, this is called collective cooperative economics. See, you have to cooperate with each other, and you have to collect the resources, which is the $100, and then now you take that collective and you do something, that's going to change the conditions that you don't like. not donate it to the NAACP, but don't collect $5,000 and then think you're doing something when you give it to the Red Cross because a whole bunch of people got out of doors because God sent a tornado to the community and tore up their neighborhood. You need to figure out why God sent that tornado. And my suggestion is, like Jonah in the boat, don't get in a neighborhood with sinners. I don't want to live next to them just because they white. Mm-hmm. God, like you said, y'all, God is white. And because God is white, then I have the inalienable right to rule everything that ain't white. I don't give a damn about them being white and their superiority complex. You have to care. You don't want to care? You don't want to be honest? You don't want to show respect to your elders? You don't want to be responsible, dependable? You got a visitor coming your way. And I'm not saying that it's going to be you. You do the math. Firstborn. Number 5, cooperation. Cooperation means working together to achieve a common goal. Don't that sound like something that goes with character? They are all connected. And when you put all of these together, you have the character and moral values of God. You can't just pick off the plate. I don't like vegetables, so you're going to throw them off to the floor and hope the dog eats them. You can't throw these off. All of them on the plate, you got to eat it all. Cooperation. It includes being willing to compromise and putting aside your own needs to help others. I'm going to show y'all a great compromise that was made. And because of this compromise, this movement, the Temple of Mercy Association, the Tyrone Nation, has been in existence for over 30 years. When myself and Minister Raheem Aton came together and decided that we were going to form this movement called the Temple of Mercy Association, I realized that there can only be one leader. Even though we both together put in the work to make and create this movement. And with that compromise, and because compromise says willing to put aside your own needs to help others. Now, do you think as a co-founder of this movement that I'm without emotion to the point where I don't need no, what's the word I'm looking for? No accolades based on the fact or any resemblance of authority? You don't think that if you were in my position and if Minister Raheem made a decision to do this, that, and another, and you disagreed with that decision, you don't think you would have pulled the co-founder card? Well, I have just as much authority as you do. I helped to build this. And this is why you have organizations that don't last a year, 2 years. And this organization has went for over 30 years because of cooperation, which is the spirit of God. When you cooperate with someone, you are willing to work with them instead of against them. Now, there are many decisions that our leader, teacher, and guide, Minister Raheem, has made that I didn't agree with. But you know what my understanding was? Is that I don't know everything. I don't have the comprehend. I can't comprehend everything. So what am I saying? Just because I don't agree with what he is saying or the way that he wants to do this and another doesn't mean that that way is not right. See, I think I said it like this. I can't remember which lecture it was. I said we go and we select a physician. We have some physical ailments and we go do our due diligence and we do the research and we find a doctor. We go to the doctor and the doctor says, you got to stop eating pork. You got to stop eating red meat. And you like, F that doctor. What the hell he know? My grandmama, she ate meat and pork chops and everything all her life, and she lived to be 107. But you did your due diligence and said, oh man, this is the best doctor I can find. This is a good physician. But then when he said something or she said something that didn't agree with what you want, then all of a sudden they're crack. And they don't know what they're talking about. You do the same damn thing to ministers and men and women of God. As long as we tickling your ears, as long as he give you your client, you see, and allow you to come in and prance around like a fashion show every Sunday. But if we put a stop to your crap and tell you you can't come in here, that the men and women of this church, you have to dress respectfully and decency. Sisters, we don't want you wearing no dresses above the knee. Oh, that nigga lost his mind. Who is he to tell me what I can wear? But you came to his church because you said he was a good preacher. Until this preaching came to your doorstep. When he starts stepping on your toes, all of a sudden he's not a good preacher no more. Sometimes, as the definition of cooperation says, sometimes you have to be willing to make sacrifices for the greater good. What was the greater good, sister? You wearing your dress at knee level instead of up to your, like my mama say, bosom pocket. That's how the old folks used to say. Y'all know him, man. What was the advantage? You were training up the child that was watching you in the church in the way that they should go. Thank you. And when that child becomes a grown woman, she will not depart from that way. But you wanted to show her something else. You wanted to show the little girl how to juke it, how to drop it like it's hot, with your devilish behind. That is not of God. Having the little babies gyrating around in front of men, you better get your act together or God is going to feel hell with all of you. This is the resistance movement. We resist you in your devilish thinking, in your devilish ways. And we are going to expose you. Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King, and it's not a coincidence that this is the month for Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday in January. And it's not coincidental at all, because I don't believe in coincidences. There's no such thing as a coincidence. It's supposed to be like this. It was designed to be like this. It was designed for me to give this lecture this month and talk about Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. King and how Dr. King got his civil rights movement of nonviolence from Mahatma Gandhi's non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. See, this is what the resistance of 2023 is. The resistance movement is for independence for righteous men and women of God. Now, what do righteous men and women of God look like? Are they black? They used to be. They're not anymore. There are some Hispanic righteous men and women. There are some Moorish righteous men and women. There are some Hebrew righteous men and women. I'm going to save Caucasian for last because I ain't vouching for them. But there probably are some righteous Caucasians somewhere. And this is for the righteous. The combining factor of both civil disobedience and non-cooperation was the idea of self-rule. This is where we are moving to. Trump began the process of dismantling the government of the United States. The educational system of the United States in the United States of America is dismantling. The Zoom classes is an indication of where things are going. Where you're going to be taught at home. What you're going to be taught is the question. And who will you allow to be the teacher? To make these movements prevalent and effective, Gandhi asked people to become self-reliant, to fight for their freedom. In 1941, Gandhi wrote a book. It was called Constructive Program. And through this book, he suggested different topics which were supposed to make the masses more independent and provide them with a better lifestyle. See, the comforts that we have grown so accustomed to. If you saw the Terminator, oh yeah, those customs are leaving. In the future, there will not be any gas. There won't be any electricity. You better get sun panels on your roof now. I know I am. You better convert your stuff over. Let me show you something. Have y'all been seeing the Mexicans with these vacant lots full of logs? Mm-hmm. Nobody ever asked themselves, what are they doing? Why are they gathering all of this wood? It's time to convert your homes from gas to wood. Heat your house with wood, going back to basics. The old wooden stove to cook on. Some of you niggas too good for that. Oh, this was doomsday message. It's a doomsday message for the devil and all of his agents, including you, if you qualify. Yeah, it's a doomsday message. Satan, your time is up. God is here now. You need to step back and take your proper place in hell. This is for all of my Masonic brothers and my Eastern Star sisters that have been sitting on their hands for years, sitting behind the four walls with the knowledge and the information to save and free our people, and you charge them a fee to get it. I understand initiations and all of that, but back in the day, you didn't have to pay for it. You was chosen for it. But now it's been turned into a business. And they have corporate offices with supreme presidents and things of that nature. I'm saying that these virtues that we are taught as Masonic men and Eastern Star, Eastern Star women, because Eastern Stars have to live by these virtues as well. There are 10 of them. And I'm going to read these 10, I'm going to say a little bit on it, and then I'm going to close this paper up, and we're going to be gone for the day, for the night, I should say. 10 virtues. The first virtue, you must control your thoughts. Oh, I control my thoughts. No, you don't. You haven't been in control of your thoughts since you've been born. Somebody else always controls your thoughts. Whether you want to accept it or not, I can prove to you. Because they was controlling my thoughts too before I became aware of it. Check this out. Man, if I was you, it always starts something like that. If I was you, I wouldn't let my mama talk to me like that. Man, you're 18 years old. You're grown. Well, how you gonna let your mama talk to you like that? Yeah, man. You're right. What do you think I should do? Man, pack your stuff up and leave. See, you were never aware that the same nigga you getting advice from is the nigga that's jealous of you because you got him out when he ain't got him. You don't even know the nigga jealous of you. Envious of you. So his advice to you is to put you in the position that he is in. So you're not controlling your thoughts. Somebody else is whispering in your ear. We call it the whispering, slinking devil. Whispering in your ear. Man, if I was you. That's the same slinking devil that was in the garden with Eve. You have to be taught how to control your thoughts. We teach that here at Aton. That's why we don't have a very large membership for two reasons. We ain't got no choir. We don't serve chicken. And we don't serve chicken and pork chops. And we teach you about moral values and cardinal virtues. So the second virtue is control of action. You have to be able to control your actions. If you don't control your thinking, then you don't control your actions. The nigga that convinced you that you shouldn't listen to your mama no more and pack your stuff up and leave and be homeless on the street with him, that nigga controlled your actions through controlling your thinking. See, you got to be real careful who you call your friend. Everybody that say they're your friend ain't your friend. Everybody that say they love you don't love you. Majority of the time, people are jealous and envious of you because you have something that they wish they had. And you never make that connection because they always smiling and acting like they your buddy and they with you and everything. Both principles, control of action and control of thought, both principles equal justice, which is the unswavering righteousness of thought and action. Unswavering. Righteousness of thought and action. Number 3 of the 10 cardinal virtues, steadfastness of purpose, which is equivalent to fortitude. Fortitude meant such courage as would not allow adversity to turn you away from our goals. Steadfastness of purpose. Remember I was telling you all about how I worked hard to be honest and stop lying? When I found that wallet with $90 in it, I had to be steadfast in purpose. even though I was broke and I needed that money. Number 4, identity with a spiritual life, or the higher ideals, which was equivalent to temperance. Temperance meant gaining conquest of the passionate nature. See, this is where emotion comes in. See, if you don't gain control over your emotions will have control over you. What do I mean by that? Have you ever heard the term, be slow to anger? Do you know what that means? That means it is human to get angry at people to make you upset. But don't get upset and angry so quickly. It says slow. The process of you getting angry has to be a slow process. Let's give an example. If I got a friend, and every time my friend and I, we go out every Saturday to dinner, and my friend decides every time for some reason that they're gonna pick up the check. One particular Saturday comes, and the friend announces that you're going to split the bill, but you got used to the friend picking up the bill. And one of the reasons you got used to it is because you didn't have no money. And so now you done got so used to it, you come to the table every Saturday broke. You know how they say they come with what you bring to the table? You brought an appetite. That's all you brought, right? So now the friend says, well, we need to split the bill today. You ain't got no money. So now you make it like it's the friend's fault. Because he always paid for the bills. And if you wasn't going to pay for the bill, you should have told me that before we sat down. Now, that can piss you off. And you can get up and take the chair you're sitting in and bash your friend upside his head. Or you can apologize to your friend and say, I'm so sorry. I should have brought. See, because it goes back into when you make a mistake, being able to fess up to it. I'm so sorry, I didn't bring any money today because, to be honest with you, I just got used to you paying on Saturdays, but if you can pay today, I'll gladly pay you back my share of it, and we'll be good, Now, you're still upset, you're still angry, but you didn't get to the point where you was grabbing a chair, busting them upside his head. Now, after you said all that, and he said, hell no. You either pay me my money now, or that car we came in, which is your car, is going to be my car until you pay me my money. And you like, nigga, over my dead body, you ain't getting my car. And the war of words began to take place. Now you're getting angrier and angrier. You get up and you walk away, get in your car and go home. Or you pick up the chair. See, because you got options. You always have options. But if emotion drives you, then the first option is always the worst one. resolution. Because that makes you a punk. He punked me. No, he wasn't punking you. He was actually showing you that he really wasn't your friend. He never was your friend. He did all that just to prove to you that he was in some way equal to you. So, brothers and sisters, well, I'm going to read the rest of these, and we're going to get out of here. Number 5, evidence of having a mission in life. This is a virtue. God didn't give you birth to be a CTA driver, bus driver. That is not your purpose. Your purpose has something to do with liberation of your race. If you have a gift, your gift is for the liberation of your people. That's why you have it. Y'all heard in the Bible where it talks about the talents? Mm-hmm. And that God gave so-and-so this many talents and this one this many talents and what they did with them. And how one buried theirs. Mm-hmm. See, it's the same with you and I. A lot of times we don't want nobody to know the gift God has given us. Because that means somebody going to put you to work. And so you go bury it. Put all kind of dirt on it and stomp it. So nobody ever find that out. Then you wonder why God ain't answering your prayer. Huh? Don't you remember what happened when he came back? When God came back and he asked God, what you do with your talent? He told him, I buried it. You remember what happened? God took his talent. And he's taking yours. Since you don't want to use it for the liberation of our people, you don't deserve it. He's going to take it from you. You good with your hands, he's going to knock you off the damn ladder and break it. Number 6, evidence of a call to spiritual orders, which was equivalent to prudence, wisdom, a deep insight that befitted deep insight that befitted the faculty of seership. You have to be able to see beyond what you see. And if you can't see, you got to believe or follow someone that can see. If you don't know how to find a person that can see, you better go listen to some of our old lectures and see if you can catch up, because you way behind. 7, freedom from resentment when under the experience of persecution and wrong. Self-explanatory. Number 8, confidence in power of the master as teacher and mentor. I've always said this. Everyone should have a mentor, a teacher, a guide. We don't like the word master. Okay, don't use the word master. I don't care. Use teacher. In martial arts, they say sensei. Mm-hmm. There has to be somebody in your life that is mentoring you. Somebody, and that somebody can be of your generation. Let me just say that real quick. That person has to be of the generation before you. Why? Because they have experienced what you are about to experience so they can guide you and direct you over some hurdles and some stumbling blocks that are going to be in your path that you're not going to see coming, but they already can see them because they already stumbled over them. But we got these doggone millennials thinking they don't need no damn teacher. Like inspiration is enough. You're going to inspire yourself to hell with a gasoline jacket on. Number 9, confidence in one's own ability to learn. See, you can't lead nobody until you follow somebody. I'm going to say that again. You cannot lead until you follow. And the last but not least, readiness of preparedness of the ancient mysteries of Egypt. See, this is what Masonry and Eastern Star is supposed to be about. It's supposed to prepare you for that spiritual connection to the Creator. Because Masonry and all the Eastern Stars is a spiritual organization, not religious. These Negroes, they made it religious. Driving home. What's spiritual about that? It's very religious. I'm done, black man and woman. I'm done, so are you. I'm laughing to keep from crying. I'm serious. I am laughing to keep from crying because what I see is so devastating. That's why I just go to work and come home and shut my door and turn my alarm on. Because I don't want to see it. I don't watch the news. I don't want to see this. But I have to bear witness to it. It's part of my job. I have to bear witness to it. I wish there was a way around it, which it is. I just gave it to you. But our track record indicates that we, like the children of Israel, we're not very good at following instructions. We're not very good at all. And like the children of Israel, they were left to wander around in the wilderness for 40 years until the overheads died off. And the young children that were born in the wilderness and did not have that afterbirth from Egypt on them, they were allowed to go into the kingdom of God. I pray, beloved, that you adhere to this warning. I pray that you get your house in order. God loves you, and I do as well. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't have stood up here for 2 hours trying to convince you to do right and get right. I would just stay home and just watch the devastation. I would never say nothing. So, I'm going to leave you as I greet you this evening in the ancient but yet holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Barakatuh, Alafi, and Ashe. Peace. Peace.
In the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power! Black power!